This is Matt Walsh with your Minute with the Mayor. It's a throwback Thursday, April 8th, and today we're going to talk about the Ocean Wave Saloon. Back before the Great Mormon Migration, Council Bluffs was called Miller's Hollow. Saloons and gambling houses sprung up during the mid-1850s to cater to travelers and traders. These dens of iniquity provided most of the city government's early income because in those days, few citizens had legal title to their land, so property taxes weren't an option. Therefore, the city collected revenue by issuing saloon and gambling licenses. Indian braves from the Potawatomi and Omaha's tribe were common sights in the streets, wearing loosely woven woolen fabric and buckskin garments, and they freely mingled with the pioneers who were traveling through town on their way to California. A main street had sprung up in Miller's Hollow, near what today is known as the 100 Block area of West Broadway. Hidden among the pioneers were the outcasts of society who followed along the track of the westward migration, the gamblers, the saloon men, and the women of the streets. Along the main street, gamblers had set up outdoor tables on which one might see a stack of hundreds of dollars in gold coins that had been strategically arranged as bait to catch the eye of passers-by and lure them in. The gambling professionals dealt many kinds of sure things, games of chance, thimble rigging, chuck-a-luck, Mont Blanc, under and over, beat the dealer, and high dice, to name a few. With a turn of a card, men won or lost more money than they could make doing a month's worth of back-breaking hard work. Amongst a group of gamblers was a man named Samuels, who was being watched by another man named Murr. Samuels wore a gold watch, and he let it be known that he had just won $350. Murr killed Samuels, took his watch and his money, but got arrested, and the court found Murr guilty of murder and ordered him hanged. The sentence was immediately carried out as a crowd from the main street walked Murr up the hill to a large tree to carry out his execution. Today that location is the side yard of 304 Glen Avenue, and thus on May 13th, 1853 occurred the first legal hanging in Iowa Territory. Rumored to be the most evil place west of the Mississippi was the notorious gambling hall, the Ocean Wave Saloon. Its reputation was known as far away as the most obscure California gold mining camps along the Sacramento River Valley. The Ocean Wave Saloon was a two-story log and weatherboard building located in the very heart of the business district on the principal corner of the main street, where the building jogged out and looked down the length of Broadway. For its day, it was a splendid structure, and on a warm summer night, you could find tables set up outdoors as well as inside. At any hour of the night, the dulcet notes of a fiddle quivering out over the soft summer air and the glare coming off lamps fed with whale oil invited homeless voyagers into its selfish hospitality. Crowds of all type of men entered through its doors. Men booted, belted, spurred, and of course most of them were armed. They came equipped for any emergency of frontier life. There were professional and novice gamblers. There were tin horns. The Ocean Waves bar was lined with people, stopping to rest and take a drink or three before they pushed on to the west. For many of them, this would be their last look at civilization. High-minded citizens undoubtedly rejoiced when on September 9th, 1861, this palace of sin burned to the ground. The fire happened during a severe thunderstorm, and no other surrounding properties were damaged. There were rumors it had been struck by lightning. Others supposed that the fire had been intentionally set, or that it may have resulted from simple carelessness. The righteous would contend the fire started from spontaneous combustion. Henry DeLong was a one-time gambler at the Ocean Wave Saloon. He later served in the Civil War, where he earned extra money by washing his fellow soldiers' clothes. While experiencing a spiritual awakening, DeLong bought the land where the Ocean Wave Saloon once stood. He donated that land with a simple request that the land always be the home of a church. In 1868, a new church building rose on the land that DeLong had given to the Methodist Church. Today, the First Methodist Church still occupies the historic site at the location of Broadway and South First. Just a stone's throw away from the church Saloons of the Hunter Block keep their lights on in their windows, and they offer solace to the weary. That's your Minute with the Mayor. Have a great day and a great weekend.